Why communication backfires in relationship. This is Shauna White, relationship coach for spiritually led couples. And today I want to talk about what the heck is going wrong when you're trying to communicate with your partner, but it blows up in your face. And this this discussion is inspired by a post by none other than Anonymous, as there are many Anonymous out there. Why does my partner get so angry when I say, put yourself in my shoes? She said, if I say that again, it's conversation over and she'll break up with me. So this has been going on for a while. I have insecurity issues within our relationship and I'm trying to get her to see my point of view. So what I'm hearing in that is that he sees things a certain way and he's trying to get her to validate his point of view. This is a fundamental dynamic of arguing, actually. He doesn't think that he's setting himself up for an argument. He's trying to communicate with her. But effectively, communication that results in a blow up is when one partner or both partners, and it's usually both partners, have a perspective and they're defending it and they're trying to get their partner to see what they see. You could think of it like he has his story, she has her story, and we'll just say that they're both doing it. So I'm not trying to pick on him, right? And it often happens with both people doing it in the relationship. The quality of communication of trying to get your partner to see your side of the story is it's kind of a pushing, it's an aggressive or a controlling energy, because it ends up being like arm wrestling, basically. Excuse me. What's the alternative? What I help people to find how to do is to actually relax out of their story and feel a sense of connection with themselves, and then feel what kind of questions they have, or what feels off, different than the sense of alignment that they have inside themselves. Find the words that they can say to their partner that that are not pushing, but are actually opening up an invitation for understanding. So rather than trying to prove their point of view, I help people to find how to communicate in a way where they are listening to understand and they're asking questions. And that can sound like they're losing the arm wrestle. Wait a minute, they have something going on with them, and they're trying to get their partner to see it. And what you're saying, Shauna, is that they should relax and put down the story and actually try to understand their partner instead. Then that feels like invisibility. That feels like needs not being met. Well, that's not really the way that yes, that can happen if you do it the wrong way. And by the way, I know from experience, because I did it the wrong way for a very long time. I tried to make my dream of love come true by trying to fit into what my partner wanted. And that's basically like, instead of fighting for my story, trying to make him yield to my story and agree and honor my story, I was trying to honor his story. Why was I doing that? Because underneath the surface, that's how I thought I could get my story to go the way I wanted it to go, right? So this kind of like story dueling is very, very, very common, because we're taught to think of ourselves through stories, honestly. But that is the demise of communication, connection, and relationship, really. And depending on how emotionally hot the story dueling is kind of could be a predictor of how quickly things will um, fall apart versus how slowly. Is it a slow death or is it like a big explosion that just wipes people out and burns out their nervous system and they can't take it for very long? So really, stories are the enemy, but how to be with yourself without, um, and how to be with your partner without seeing yourself through a story and without story dueling. That's the secret to heartfelt connection and intimacy and allowing that to flow. But it takes first of all self-awareness skills to shift from seeing self in terms of what you think needs to happen to make yourself happy, shifting out of that to a place of inner connection and allowing your inner connection to guide how you walk through your days. And when you do that, the inner connection that, well, I'll say the inner connection that I help people develop, but it's not particular to me. I happen to know how to develop it, but it's universal, the way that you connect inside yourself. That inner connection connects you to the one mind that we all share as human beings, which is, I could say that's a spiritual concept, but it's not a concept because you can actually experience it. But until you experience it, it's a concept. And that is what allows you to find connection with your partner. So, yeah, I get a little bit of, if I might use the word, I get a little shit out there sometimes when I'm interacting with people trying to help them out on their posts. Rarely do posters actually give me shit, but other people will, because when I say that when you ask for your needs to be met, when you express your needs to your partner, when you say, put yourself in my shoes, when I say that that is backfiring because it's applying pressure to your partner and controlling them in a way or attempting to control them in a way. Not people don't do that intentionally, but that is the way the energy flows. People get on my case and they're like, that person's just trying to communicate. That person is the victim and the other person is the witch or the the narcissist. And they should just break up because what can you do with a narcissist? And I used to be that victim, that hero of the dream with the narcissist, right? Because I was trying to make things happen. I was trying to control things in the nurturing way. And whatever, if someone was talking to me about my relationship problems, then I was the victim. And I'm sure if someone was talking to him, whoever he was, my boyfriend in the past, that he was the victim. The person that you're talking to is the hero of the dream. But it's completely disempowering to look at it like that, like it's the other person's fault. And the fact is that when people try to have a healthy relationship with their partner by asking for their needs to be met, asking their partner to honor their needs, it blows up in their face more often than not. And there's a science behind why that happens. And so I'm here trying to help people realize why that dynamic is blowing up in their face and backfiring and contributing to disconnection in their relationship. And in this guy's case, it sounds like actually contributing to possibly the end of his relationship because his partner has had it with the dynamic of communication from him that's putting pressure on her. Now, I know it's more complicated than that. But anyway, so what's my point? My point is that that if you're having trouble in your relationship with communication, where you're trying to let your partner see you, you're trying to express what feels wrong, what you need to feel connection again, there's another way. There's a more effective way to go about healing connection in your relationship and getting your needs met. And it starts with inner connection, and it involves essential self-awareness skills and communication skills. And if that's a transformation that you're looking for, then let's have a conversation. Alrighty, that's it. Have a good day. Bye for now.